Say Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. First and foremost, we want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. God bless us to the apostles and elders who were that great millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akiums and the folk of the earth to push in the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. Come and listen to edify the Bayad Dawada, the 144,000, and the 1/3, men, women, and children. Confusion of faith is like that scattered among these heathen nations. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native American Indians. You are God's chosen people. Right? It's just a quick lesson. To edify the Bayad Dawada. Right? Yesterday, I was on the plantation, like I falling like a trance, and it take me back to the land of my nativity, which is Guyana in South America, right? And I was in my room, and like my room became a auditorium, and was these Old Testament Israelite that that I know from Guyana, that this my first know about the Hebrew Israelite. I think was around 2000 to 2003, and I know the Cohen, I know his sons because we play basketball together. I know his daughters too. But like my room became the auditorium, and this woman came in to prepare, and she said, you don't know me? I live in the same compound with you, me and my sister. And I said, okay, I didn't know that. So she asked me, where are you gonna go? I said, well, I can find somewhere to go. So my little apartment turned into a big auditorium, right? And as I look up in the stands, I see my grandmother, and I went and I greet my grandmother because I didn't see her for a long time. So I went and I greet my grandmother, and I said, "How you doing?" She said, "Well, she going fine and thing." And as I looked to my right, it was the Cohen daughter. I think it was his youngest daughter. So I didn't know. We just end up in a conversation of talking about rebellious women, and these women, they start rebelling. They don't want to be under no rule of no man. They don't want to serve the man. They want to do their own thing, and they just start rebelling, right? And I saying, you women are rebellious. So that too, Jake. I think down at this could be down at the bottom of the stand. So I was saying to Jake, then I say, yo, in the ancient time, it wasn't like this. And they say, we're talking about in the Middle East. I said, no, in the ancient time, it wasn't like this. They said, okay, understand. And so these women started to rebel, and the Queen, his daughter, I think there was the youngest one. They could see the rebelliousness in she, right? So as I get ready to leave now, as I walking after leave, I feel somebody pulling me. When I look, was one of the Cohen's son, which I know him. We greet each other. We greet each other and thing. And I end up like waking out to the trance, and the first precept come to my mind. Let me get it. It was 4 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 22. Yeah. Because these women reject the word of Hashem Yahushai, right? The Most High said, Most High created women to be a helpmeet. And when you check up the word woman, it means, the word woman means a female servant, right? 4 Samuel 15 and 20. 4 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And the Most High tell you about these black magics, enchanters, soothsayers, time seekers, and so forth. The Most High tell you what he's saying on a witch to stay away from these things, right? So rebellion is as the sin of a witchcraft, and that's what sin to death. He said, and stubbornness, right, is as iniquity and idolatry. So iniquity is sin upon sin, Romans chapter 6 verse 23. And idolatry is a sin also to death, right? Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. So these women reject the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because the Most High said, you're going to be a servant. I create you to be a helpmeet. It also tell you in Genesis chapter 3 verse 15 that your desire shall be towards your husband, and he shall rule over you. Whatever your husband command you to do, that is your desire. But these women today, under this devil, these women got liberty, so they pursuing their career. They looking after themselves, when it wasn't like that. They didn't create it to be like that. They were created to serve their husband. You understand? Right? So we get this word rebellious. Right? You women are set up for a hard fall. You rebellious women, right? You sisters who trying and sincere, this ain't replying to you. You continue in the sincere spirit. You continue to serve your man, especially you women who dealing with brothers in this truth. You continue to do your role as a woman. You are a servant, just like the men in this truth. We are Yahweh Bashem Yahushai servant, and we gotta serve him, right? Take an example of the men in the truth and see how they serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you do the same thing for him, right? It's a rebellious, right? Showing a desire to resist authority, showing a strong desire to resist authority. So when these women don't want to be under the rule of a man, they resisting authority. You understand? Right? Disobedient, insubordinate, unruly, ungovernable, unmanageable, uncontrollable. You understand? Because this devil give them liberty to be rebellious, but not know you women are set up for hard fall. Right? It said engage in opposition or armed resistance to an established government or leader. And who's the leader? The leader is your husband. Rebel, disorderly, lewdness. You understand? Right? You get the word stubbornness. Right? It says stubbornness. It said dogged, determination not to change one's attitude or position on something. So they refuse to change. They refuse to change. Right? These women in this feminine spirit, they think that they don't have to serve no man. They think they equal with man, because there's a poison that society feeds our women. But you are set up, and you're gonna fall very hard. So take heed and repent. Take heed and repent. Let me get this one. This is Ephesians. Because you're not being rebellious against the man, you're being rebellious against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai set up the laws. Ephesians 5:22, he said, wives, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto the Lord. So when you're not submitting yourself unto your husband, you're not submitting yourself unto the Lord, right? You're not being under the rule of your husband. Submit to be under, right? And to be under his permission. You understand? Right? It said, for the husband is the head of the wife. The husband is the head of the wife. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. There's the ordinances. Right? It said, as a Mashiach is the head of the church. So Yahushua is the head of the Israelite. The Israelite is the church. Yahushua is the head of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Right? And the head of Yahushua is Yahweh. Right? This is the order. Right? And he is the savior of the body. Verse 24, therefore, as the church is subjected unto a Mashiach, so let the wives be to their own husband in everything, not something, in everything. So you women disobeying this order, and there's a sin to death. You understand? And you women who don't want to serve your husband, the scripture say you're going to become ungodly of all. Right? Let me get that. Right? Sirach, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 26. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. So you sincere akwats out there, who honoring your husband. You understand? You're gonna be judged wise of all. You understand? You're gonna receive mercy, right? But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. So all you rebellious Israelite women out there who think you don't need no man, you don't need to rule, no man don't need to rule over you. You understand? You're gonna be counted ungodly of all. Because the Most High make it clear in Genesis 3 and 15 that he shall rule over you. You understand? Right? So this is a quick lesson to edify the church of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So you sincere what? Keep in a sincere spirit and keep being a servant to your husband, because this is who he is. Right? So with that, let's edify. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the elect.